How do you tell when a man has pure intentions? I'm going to tell you. A man has pure intentions whenever the life he's already built or building, that he's living in, that he's engulfed in, has deeper meaning and purpose, something bigger than himself that he's working towards, to which he would rather tell you the truth and be transparent with you, because it's easier to do that than to spend time webbing lies and deception to you that tears away from the man he's building himself to be to pursue whatever he's building. So what that means is whatever he's doing in life has to matter so much to him, way more than any lie he would care to tell you that doesn't line up with what he's looking for. The second thing is that man will tell you what he's looking for directly up front. I'm looking for a girlfriend. I'm looking for someone that can become my wife. I'm looking for a wife. But with that part of his truth, he'll also tell you how it is for his life, right? He'll give you a more transparent and more realistic depiction of what life would be like with him if you decided to move forward with him. Meaning he's not going to paint this rainbows and gumdrops experience that he knows he won't be able to live to because he's busy building something. He'll tell you more accurately, hey, here's the amount of time I have in my schedule that I'll be able to dedicate to you. The time we'll be able to go out and take trips or be able to talk to you on the phone. But here's times or time periods where I won't be available. Here's some days where I'll just be gridlocked into whatever I'm doing, right? Can you accept that? The point is, he'll be willing to give you the expectations that he knows you may not want to hear. He doesn't know, but he'll be willing to say what you may not be able to expect from him, just as much as what you can expect from him, so that he paints a more accurate depiction of who he is. Another thing he'll do is, if he actually has the intentionality of making you his woman and potentially his wife and so forth, he's going to spend more time asking you deeper questions. He's going to want to get inside your mind, get behind that beautiful face of yours and understand what makes you tick. Because if he's a man that's actually intentional about a purpose-driven life and building something, right, then he is never going to risk locking in with a woman that cannot be a contribution to what he's building and will more so hinder and take away from what he's building, right? So he's going to spend more time trying to get to know the inner workings of you than he's going to do trying to just woo you and, and romance you and just, big you up and tell me how beautiful you are and just say that you're smart and things like that. He's going to try to pick apart the way you operate, the way you think, what your driving motivations are. Why? Because that man is not ruled by sexual desires. Yes, he has them like any other man does, right? But they don't have this pull and hold over him because he's locked into something bigger. Yes, he loves the sexual connection as well and all those things, and that's important to him. But what's more important, that goes to the next tier, is that whoever he has that with is also someone that can help him go further towards what he's doing. Because when a man builds in life, it's everything to him, because men typically tend to pride themselves off of what they produce, what they can create. It helps them reinforce their validation for themselves. Not saying that that man needs these things to feel self-validated, but we feel prideful in our masculine energy about what we can go produce, build, problem solve, fix, right? We feel great about it. So he's never going to jeopardize something that he feels prideful about, his life's work, something that has purpose in it, something bigger than himself, for someone that can just provide a sexual experience. So you'll know he's more intentional if he's really trying to get to learn you and your values, your beliefs, your principles, and how you're operating in respect to those. And will you be a contribution, an extension of his value, or a hindrance to it? And bringing this full circle, you'll ultimately know he's actually intentional whenever the things he's saying to you about looking for a wife, whenever the empire or whatever the mission he's on, whatever he's trying to build, right? And the way he's treating you all match his current way of living, the type of schedule he has currently, what he's already established for himself. He might be building something, but what is his life reflecting right now? If his life right now is not an active, tangible representation of the words coming out of his mouth and what he says he's doing and building, what he says he wants and how he's treating you, then you know he's not intentional. But when all those things do line up, it's real. Why? Because you can't fake authenticity, right? Someone can never lie to you with their results. They can lie out of their mouth. They can tell you what they're going to do. They can even try to show you some things and make it seem like they're doing a lot. But whatever the results of what their life is saying right now, from what you can see with your own two eyes, how well they are off physically, mentally, emotionally, right? Their environment they're in and what's set up around them will always tell you if whatever they're saying they're about and doing matches up to what's actually going to happen. So make sure you're looking out for when you come across a man that's operating and moving in this way, because he's actually being intentional. Just make sure your growth and your life is built to a level that is ready to receive him. Because the last thing you want to do is come across that man you've been waiting for and you're not ready for him. Let's get it.